Welcome to Your Time to Thrive with personal fitness coach Jason Stevenson.
Hey everybody, welcome to Your Time to Thrive. Jay, how are you today?
I'm great, man. How you doing today?
I'm wonderful, thank you. I'm going to take a second to share out this video in a second. So why don't you tell us what we are talking about today?
We're talking about rewards and whether you actually use them and how you're using them. Are they helping or are they hurting?
I love it. And also, I mean, we've also talked a little bit recently about on the show about what should constitute a reward, and if rewards line up with your goals and all of that stuff. So let's take it first to just your general philosophy about rewards.
Well, that's it in a nutshell, honestly. That's why we're talking about it today, because we've had this conversation as an ongoing process as far as what you're doing and how it's helping you or if it's hurting you. And it's because of conversations that we have on a regular basis about what you're using as your rewards and how that works with your mental world and how that worked with your future world. And most importantly, how it applies to your long-term and your short-term goals. So when you celebrate successes or when you celebrate moments in your process, what are you doing for that? Are you actually rewarding yourself? Are you recognizing those moments? Because not that we're puppies and need to be patted on the head all the time, but we have figured out that psychologically people respond much better to positive reinforcement than negative reinforcement. The concern is that positive reinforcement holding you back? Is it deterring from your long-term and short terms? Or is it actually helping you get further?
Yeah, so that's the thing. A lot of people, and this is the part that we talked about recently. Like a lot of people, when they want to reward themselves for something, you're rewarding yourself for like a week of really hard work and dedication with like a giant piece of chocolate cake or burgers and fries and like when your reward becomes the detriment to what you've been doing the whole time, like you really need a perspective shift on that.
Yes, that's exactly why. Because I've been thinking about this since our conversation last week, because I don't want to take it away. We don't want to say you don't deserve that or there shouldn't be a reward there. But the problem is that most of the habits that we're addressing are detrimental. They're not helping you get further from where you are now. They're not getting you closer because you're basically taking one step forward for one step back every week. Mm-hmm. So address the mental side of it. Like, what are you doing that are you rewarding yourself? Because you should recognize your successes. Even if it's just, hey, I did really good today, or hey, I did really good last week, or I succeeded in changing my balance of my ratio, my focus. Was I getting no workouts and now I got one workout? That's great. Was I not tracking my food and now I track my food and I ate the same amount of everything that I've ever always eaten before, but I just tracked it? Well, then celebrate that. But celebrate it in a way that helps put you in the right mental state and physical state to continue, and not in a way that holds you back. Like you said, the chocolate cake and the cheeseburger are perfect examples because unfortunately in our society, we have been taught to reward ourselves with food, and we've learned and we enjoy it. And it's a behavior modification that's necessary. You can't reward yourself every week with food justifiably because you had a good week. Then you're having a shitty weekend to try and make up for every week. And now you're playing catch up every week.
So how do you set positive rewards for yourself?
So this takes some time and focus. My first suggestion is to sit down and just write it out. You use the old school pen and paper and literally write down the things that make you feel amazing, things that make you feel alive, more alive, things that you love to do, things that you've never done but would love to do, activities, things that are just simple. It could be literally as simple as taking half an hour to read a good book or to enjoy really good coffee instead of just buying whatever's on sale for the week. It can be food based, but you want to be careful about what that food is and then how you're doing it. Don't go to Dunkin' Donuts and get the pumpkin spice latte if that's counterintuitive and counterbalancing to your nutrition plan. You can get it, but make it cleaner, or make pumpkin spice at home. It's not that hard. We're
Right.
literally using pumpkin pie spice seasonings, like a little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of clove, a little dust of brown sugar, and we're pretty much there, guys. But write it down. Write it down. It's like our conversation about lists. Write it down. Write a list of things that make you feel really good. I think you'd be surprised how many things in your world make you happy.
That's a good thing. Nobody ever does that, right?
I
How many times do we stop and make a list of the things that actually make ourselves happy? Megan says, so true. Whenever I reward myself with food, it actually sets me off a worse mental path, and I forget what I'm celebrating. I try to start my days with practicing gratitude or rewarding myself with something other than food.
Yeah, damn right. Attitude of gratitude. So that's part of that list. That's part of that mental game. What are you writing down? What are you putting in your life? My mom says, speak reality into existence. So if you're constantly beating yourself up for the things that you did not do well, or the things that you could have done better, or the things that you screwed up, if you're constantly beating yourself up for your failures, you're never celebrating who you really are. And you are not your failures. You are your education and experience from your failures, but you are a combination of all of your successes, failures, and experiences. So write down what makes you feel good. Write down the things that make you feel like the person that you want to be.
Yeah.
It's
So
worth
how
a
do you-
shot. Right?
It absolutely is worth a shot. So how do you know, how do you get there? How do you, because it can be confusing for somebody to figure out who they want to be, right?
Yeah.
How do you set your values? How do you go through that before you even get to the rewards?
So there's a couple different places that you can go, but this is why people seek religion. This is why people seek community. This is why people seek friends and family that support their beliefs, because we're looking for guidance, confirmation, and support for that. I think for me, it's subjective. It's truly, and I've always described it as being on a wave. If you've ever body surfed or boogie boarded or surfed, if you've ever been in the ocean and had a wave take you and you didn't have to fight it, like you were actually trying to go with the wave, but at the moment that wave picks you up and takes you, that's the way your life should feel. Your life should feel like you are moving forward in the direction that it is supposed to go. And if you don't, then you need to reevaluate. You need to sit back and focus. Like we've talked about, those small steps and those little things that we can change and the ways that you can change your life. And it's not going to happen overnight, but the perspective can change in a moment. The awareness can change in a moment. So I've always thought about it as far as what makes you feel more alive. It's one of the reasons that I'm a trainer now, because frankly, it is the only thing I have ever done in my entire life that I literally look up to the sky. And I have a belief system in a higher being, but I literally look up and tell my grandparents, thank you, every single day. Because what I do in getting to help people and getting to help them take their lives further, or getting to be that person that somebody spent time with that made their day better, or hearing every single day that somebody feels better when they leave my session than they did coming in. It gives me chills. Like it makes me feel more alive. And I can get up at any time of day. I can do any number of sessions, and I can train anybody that walks in the door because it's worth it to feel like that. And it may not be your job that does that, but something in your life, a large portion of your life, should make you feel like that. And if it doesn't, then you have some evaluating to do, because you can certainly get a job and pay the bills, but then you need to chase your passion, play music, write poetry, lead hikes somewhere, go foster children, like do something that makes you feel like you're a part of this world and you're contributing in a way that you were meant to. I know I'm meant to help people. I know that I'm meant to do what I do because of who came before me and my family, and because of the way that I feel every single day. And that's my attitude of gratitude for what I get to do. So I know that that's my piece. So a lot of the times my reward is getting to be what I get to do. You know, I'm silly grateful that I get to do what I do. But it might be simpler than that. You know, it could just be an amazing cup of coffee that you drink and look out your window at your garden every day for 10 minutes. And that could be an amazing reward for getting up and meditating, for getting up and stretching, for getting up and doing a workout, for getting up and writing out your day, for getting up and just writing 3 things that you're grateful for. Because that's how you start it. That's how you start it right there. You write down 3 things that you're grateful for. And those things will lead you to what makes you more alive, to what makes you happy, that what you should use as a reward. Because those 3 things that pop up are probably some of the most important things in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love, so I use an app called the 5-Minute Journal.
Love it.
And it has you every morning do 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you're going to do to make the day great, and then 1 affirmation. And then at the end of the night, which I never do, is 3 things that happened today that made today great. But I always focus on the first 3 things, the 3 things of gratitude as the most important parts. And anytime I start my day like that, it's a better day. You know, I did that yesterday. I did it today, and both of them felt really nice. And what happens is you end up not wanting to put the same thing every day. You know, because it's really easy to say, like, I'm thankful for my parents, thankful for my friends, and I'm thankful for my house, you know, or whatever, or my job or whatever. But then you start, like, you get, not that you get bored, but you're like, come on, like, those are the only 3 things I'm grateful for. Or you start getting more specific, you know what I mean? Like, I'm grateful for these conversations. I'm grateful for, you know, and it just gives you an opportunity to really see all of the good in your life, which is nice. And it's really nice. So all of those things are how you develop your system of values, think about what's really important in your life. And then when you take that value system, when you take what's really important, then you can set, what you're saying is, then you can set rewards based on those things and not based on the things that you feel like you're letting go of.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Because it is about, well, you know, I'm going to say 2 pieces to that. Because yes, it is about finding those things that are truly what make you feel better. Because remember, the marketing companies and the industrial food complex know that food, salt and sugar, triggers our brain like a drug. So they know that if they advertise something with lots of colors and they put lots of pictures on the packaging and specific colors to stimulate your brain, and they put the right amount of sugar or the right amount of salt in that product, you're going to love it and it's going to feel great.
Mm-hmm.
But that's for just a moment, and it doesn't last, because it's not truly what makes us happy. It's not truly what makes us more alive. It's just something that chemically stimulates your brain, right?
Yeah.
So the trick is to not utilize those things as rewards. Now, here's a good example where you can actually. How about, I am grateful for time with a loved one, you know, my fiance. So if part of my happiness, part of my reward is going out and having a nice dinner with her and spending quality time with her, then food can kind of be a reward. Now, I'm really careful within that same world based on my intake from the day, based on what I'm doing for the week, what I'm ordering. Because going out and celebrating time and quality time with somebody that you care about is a reward. But be careful of that pitfall where I'm going to go out and celebrate and I'm going to have a milkshake and French fries and cheeseburger and bacon and dessert and appetizers. Then I just absolutely demolished my caloric goals for the week in an effort to satisfy my rewards. So let the experience, let the moments, let the journey be the celebration. Let those be the rewards, and not lose track of our current goals. It's like we always talk about our process here as we're starting new habits, as we're moving forward, as we're adopting new specific pieces, whether we're working on nutrition this week or we're working on fitness this week, or we're going to work on your consistency with the habit. We don't let go of the other stuff, right? So if your goal was to get up a little bit earlier, and then our goal was to go to bed a little bit earlier, and then our goal was to start moving a little bit, and then our goal was to start tracking food a little bit. Well, those are still pieces that stay in the puzzle, right? You can't just get rid of everything that you've worked for just because this is the new focus. You're like, all right, now I'm just going to track my food, but I'm going to go to bed whenever I want to. So allow those constants to be there. Those pieces that are helping you get to where you want to, they stay there. That's the goal. That's the point. That's repeatable, maintainable. Can you keep that? Can you be conscious of your food while celebrating quality time with somebody with a little bit of food?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And it's also always helpful if those people are you talk to the people that you're with, and you say, like, this is why I want to go out to dinner with you. I want to have a good time. Like, you're the reason why I want to do these things.
Yes.
Like, you are the thing that I want to enjoy at this. At this, like, this is the thing that and being with you is the thing that I want to enjoy. So, like, I'm gonna, but I still want to reach my goals, and I still want to do these things. So, like,
yeah,
we're probably not gonna. I'm probably not gonna get dessert or like an appetizer, or you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
I might get, and then because just and that's for in general, because if those people are the people that care about you, you probably want them to be aware and cognizant of all of the things that you're doing to better yourself, whether it to be a partner that wants you to stay in bed with them instead of getting up and going to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
yeah.
Along those lines, like those are things that are important to be open and have communication.
Yes. Well, that's a piece of what we've talked about in the past as far as asking for help. That means enlisting those that are closest to you so that they understand your goals, so that they're helping you. It's one of the reasons that we have people standing up at weddings, because, and they say it during most wedding ceremonies, that the people present are there to witness and also support. They're there to hold you accountable as your friends and family. Like, hey, you're married. You're going to act like a married person. Your friends and family shouldn't be there to kind of pull you away from that. Your good friends and family, you can tell they're your good friends and family because they're the ones helping you stay in line. I call them mirrors because I believe that we all need accurate mirrors in our life. Are the mirrors in your life helping you succeed? Are they helping you stay in line with your goals? Are they a good reward system for you? Like, are they people that are supporting you in your rewards? Are they saying, yo, no, come on, we're going to go tie one on and just get hammered tonight. Like, come on,
Right.
We're just going to do this. You don't have to work out tomorrow. It's okay. We need to spend some guy time together. It's like, yeah, well, we can do that. We just don't have to do it to the detriment of either of us having success in our lives.
Yep.
So what kind of rewards are you using right now, Ben? Are you celebrating any successes?
No, I don't know. I've had successes, but I'm not really celebrating anything. Um, is it a bad thing that I don't?
Oh,
Is it a
go ahead.
uh? Is it a bad thing that I haven't thought about rewards in a long time for anything?
Maybe. So I'm careful to say that because I don't want to put a negative spin on it.
Go
It's
ahead.
just something that you haven't thought about. That's okay. That's the point of being a mirror to you, to talk to you about it and to bring it to the table. Because our positive self speak, which is that child voice that we've talked about, tell the little one to shh and listen to your adult self who says, hey, you've been making an effort to go to bed earlier, or you've been making an effort to get up and do your morning meditations. Or, hot damn, Ben, you have been really successful since this whole COVID thing and have reached people and helped people and touched people. I mean, I'm grateful for you helping me launch this. I didn't have a podcast without you. I wouldn't have a podcast without you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. What do you, so what, let's go there one time, one thing. What do you think you've done that deserves a reward?
Helped people? I don't know. I don't know.
There's no wrong answers, man.
Jessica said, "You aren't the only one. I think it's hard to think of rewards because Groundhog Day. We're living on Groundhog Day over and over again." Yeah,
Damn
I
right.
mean, I can't. No, I can't think of anything that isn't detrimental to me. You know what I mean? Like, other than the fact that just the process is the reward in itself. Like,
Can be.
feeling better is the reward. Having being, helping people is for me. Like, I get joy from helping other people. I get joy from accomplishing things. I get joy from um you know feeling better and having that sense of accomplishment. So those are the only tangible things that I can think of. Well, I guess they're not tangible.
Of
Can't
course
really.
they are. Just because you can't touch
Tangible
it
means
doesn't
you
mean
can
it's
touch things, and there's nothing that I can think of that are that you can touch that would be a
so
reward.
does a reward have to be tangible?
Uh, no, no, because I think that my rewards are better than the tangible ones.
So I love Jess's comment. Love you too. She says she's grateful for the podcast.
Becky says rewards, yes. Intrinsic, a smile on a friend's face, a student being happy to see you every day. Intrinsic are the best.
Yes. So that's the stuff that we're talking about, right? So even if we're going to take the Groundhog Day, we're going to go with the groundhog and the intrinsic. Have you gone crazy? Have we eaten wallpaper? Have we turned into a little ball and eaten bags of Doritos for 6 days straight and stared at a screen of nothing on the TV? If you have succeeded in not completely losing your mind, given what has gone on in this country over the last 9 months, then you have succeeded. You deserve a reward. If you are not chewing the wallpaper in your home right now, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, then you've succeeded. You have won the battle. If you are being daily getting up and brushing your teeth and doing some kind of productive effort towards your income and your lifestyle and your livelihood, and you are interacting with human beings, whether it's socially, media based, or it's socially face to face, if you are still a part of this society and you are alive and the people around you are alive, then you have succeeded. That deserves a pat on the back, people, because this has been freaking nuts. This has been absolutely nuts. And frankly, you have got to appreciate the fact that as a society, we have adapted. We have adapted to this quickly. People are wearing masks. People are keeping distance. There's restaurants that are making their best. There's businesses that are doing their best. People are making businesses out of sitting at home and being on a computer. We are an adaptive species. And that is how we have evolved to be where we are this way in this world right now. So celebrate that. Celebrate every moment that you're able to wake up and go, you know what? I'm going to try again. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to do this. that deserves celebrating. And Ben, that's an intrinsic gift for you right there, my man, because I wholeheartedly agree. Take a moment and pat yourself mentally on the back for being able to help people, because you do. You've helped me since I met you. You help people every single day to create their business and allow their business to prosper. You have brought church services to people that are stuck in their homes trying to not eat wallpaper. That's huge. That's huge.
Well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
All right, well, I appreciate
Did you
you.
drink your water
and,
yet?
It's right
Oh,
here.
boy. See, that's me. You know that. Whether we're stuck at home or not, there's still something in the glass. You better be grateful for it. Quit arguing over how much is there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will hold on. We got 2 comments over here before we end this. Becky says, "Oh my God, you guys are too cute." And Jackie says, "Yes, Ben is the best." Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Well, where can people find you, Jason?
ThriveTrainingTeam.com. Jump on the website, reach out with an email if you have any questions. I'm here to help, whether it's related to health and fitness or not. That's what I do. Give me a chance to help you.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great and healthy day. We'll see you soon.
For more information, tips, and workouts of the day, check out thrivetrainingteam.com.